Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. And if you remember last year, I posted a video on the Zero X Pro from a company called Infinix, and it really did seem like you guys are interested in their phones. And I've got two of them right here, the Zero Ultra and the Zero 20. I want to give a big thanks to Infinix for sponsoring this video and sending over both of these phones for us to check out. Now, with the Zero Ultra, this is sort of their flagship that they're coming out with. It has a 200 megapixel camera. It has a 180 watt charging system that can go from 0 to 50% in under 5 minutes. We'll test that out, of course. Not only that, something very unique, every Zero Ultra device buyer has a chance to win an NFT from Infinix. So you get a lottery card on the inside, and when you redeem it, go through the redeem process, you have the chance to win various NFTs. It's actually really unique. And we will also take a look at the Zero 20 from Infinix. This is more of a budget device. It is under $300, and this actually has the industry first 60 megapixel front-facing camera with optical image stabilization. Pretty crazy. On top of that, you get a triple camera rear system. You have a 90 hertz AMOLED display as well. So let's take a look at these two new phones from Infinix. Here they are, the Zero Ultra and Zero 20 from Infinix. In case you are interested, here's just a quick look at some of the specs on both of these devices. We'll touch on them a little bit later on in this video. Starting with that flagship, the Zero Ultra. Opening it up right away, we have the device. Here's a quick peek at it. We're gonna set it to the side for just a second. Inside the box, you have a SIM ejection tool, an invitation to join the X Club from Infinix, and then here it is, that special edition NFT, scanning this QR code. We will actually run through that process a little bit later on in that video in just a second. Excited to check that out. I have to say, I really appreciate all the extras that Infinix does include in the box. You do get this clear case. You also have a USB Type-C to headphone jack adapter, and you also get headphones, which are USB Type-C to connect to the phone. So great, you have all of these extras included. Not only do you get those extras, but I guess this is considered an extra now, the charging brick. You do get a USB-C to USB-C charging cable, but here is that 180 watt Thunder Charge brick with USB Type-C. Really excited to test this out. We will run through a full test and check how fast it will actually charge our device. If we peel the wrapping off, it will reveal that phone. Here it is, the Zero Ultra from Infinix. Really cool design on the back, especially with it, depending on how the light hits it, you really can't see it. Also, a very grippy feel to it. I like it a lot. Let's also quickly take a peek what comes inside the box of the Infinix Zero 20. Obviously, the phone, a little bit different design, different color as well. We'll check that out in a bit. Inside the box of the Zero 20, SIM ejection tool, invitation to join the X Club, and some extras. Check it out, even really great. They include extras not just in their flagship devices, but even their budget devices. Here is a clear case. You get a screen protector, so protection for the phone, and also a pair of headphones, but these headphones actually have a headphone jack. Why is that? Check it out. This phone actually has a headphone jack. Very rare to find them nowadays. And last thing in the box, you get your USB Type-A to USB Type-C charging cable and the 45 watt charging brick using USB Type-A. And here is that Zero 20 from Infinix. This is a glitter gold color, but check out the light shift that you get. Makes for a very unique color. I do like it quite a bit. And here are both of these phones side by side. Now, we are going to boot them up and then just take a quick closer look at the hardware of these two phones from Infinix. Down at the bottom, a little bit different SIM card slot on the Zero Ultra and the headphone jack on the Zero 20. Both do have microphone, USB Type-C port, and one of the speakers. Moving along the right side, I do want to point out that the Zero 20 has a flat display and more flat sides, whereas you do have a curved display on the Zero Ultra. Both do have the power button and volume rockers along the right side. Look towards the top at the fairly minimal camera bump overall, especially considering the amount of megapixels that are packed into that camera system. And then along the left side, you have your SIM card slot on the 020 and absolutely nothing on the Zero Ultra. Here are the camera systems on the back with that Zero Ultra. There is that 200 megapixel main sensor. Pretty crazy. You also do get a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle lens and a 2 megapixel depth sensing lens. So triple camera system. A triple camera system on the 020, you have a 108 megapixel main sensor, 13 megapixel ultra wide, 2 megapixel depth sensing lens. Anyways, I'm going to run through the startup process on both of these devices and get them all set up. We are all set up and ready to go with both of these new Infinix devices now. The Zero Ultra has a 6.8 inch 120 hertz AMOLED display, and the 020 comes with a 6.7 inch 90 hertz AMOLED display. So you get a little bit higher refresh rate on that Zero Ultra, a little bit larger, sleeker design as well with those curved sides. The Zero Ultra has a 71-degree waterfall screen, and I will make note that the back provides a lot of grip, so it's not nearly as uncomfortable as other curved sides to hold on to. Also worth noting, it does come with a pre-installed screen protector on the phone. This waterfall display looks really good. It also allows for that content to spill off the screen and also allows for a wider viewing angle. Now let's check out that special edition NFT that Infinix offers with anyone that purchases a Zero Ultra. Very easy to redeem the NFT. Just click the link, put in the information, and it sends it over. Here we go, claim successfully. Let's check out the one that I got. Here it is, the X-Boy Explorer. There are multiple. This one is number 5. And each NFT represents a space explorer that's equipped with abilities that represent the technological advancements that this phone, the Infinix Zero Ultra, has. I have to say, having an NFT lottery with your device is really unique. I do like it a lot. Definitely gives you something to look forward to when the device comes on top of just getting the device. But if you do pick up one of these devices, drop a comment. Let me know how the lottery goes and if you got one of these NFTs. All right, it's time. If you remember, Infinix unveiled their 180 watt Thunder Charge earlier this year, and now it has reached their flagship device, the Zero Ultra. We're gonna test it out. I just finished doing a lot of gaming and just drained the battery out of it as much as I could. I ran benchmarks, I watched videos, I played games. So I finally got it to die, and now it's time to actually test it out. We're gonna plug it in, I'll run a stopwatch and test out how long it actually will take to get to 50%. And here we go, plugging it in, starting the timer. Really excited to see the results of this test. So when it comes to that 180 watt Thunder Charge, it has 111 protection features, essentially to avoid overloading or any sort of overheating to achieve that 180 watts of charge. Now this phone, the Zero Ultra, has a 4,500 milliamp hour Ultra 8C cell battery that allows for this charging as well. Infinix actually shared with me that there are 3 parallel charge pumps to support the highest powered conversion on an Infinix device to date. When it comes to the results, I got up to 29% in just 2.5 minutes, which blows my mind. But also, I didn't quite factor in the amount of variables that I put into the testing, so it wasn't quite as accurate as it should have been. It was a little bit slower because I used an adapter, not a very good one at that. I connected it to a power strip that also had other tech items plugged in, pulling power from it. And then on top of that, I was checking the phone. So all of those different variables made it take just under 7.5 minutes to get to 50%, which in and of itself is still just blows my mind that it goes that fast. But you will get faster without these multiple variables going into it. Regardless, the fact that I can plug my phone in for 5 minutes and get that much charge is just absolutely crazy. Inside the Zero Ultra, you get the MediaTek Dimensity 920 chip, which does have 5G connectivity. It also has Wi-Fi 6 built in. And speaking of network connectivity, if you have dual cards, it will automatically switch between networks. Choose the optimal one, which makes your network connection a lot more reliable. The Zero Ultra also has the TÜV-SÜD 36-month fluency rating A mark, which essentially guarantees that this phone will stay fluid and smooth over 36 months. That's a long period to guarantee that. Also could not resist taking a few shots with that 200 megapixel rear camera with optical image stabilization. Really crazy that Infinix was able to put 200 megapixels into a lens in a phone. Just nuts. Here's just a few example shots that I was able to take. And onto that 020 from Infinix and a closer look at that AMOLED display. Again, really great that it does have a 90 hertz refresh rate. Over that 60 hertz, it definitely looks much smoother, which is great when you're playing your games, watching any videos, basically anything with motion overall just looks that much better. Don't forget, you also get that triple camera setup with a 108 megapixel lens, so take advantage of that high resolution in your different shots. You also can zoom all the way up to 10x. Infinix has a zoom over score algorithm to improve the quality of the images once you do zoom in, to just ensure that they are high quality. On top of a lot of different modes, including super night for those sky shots, they have a film mode, which is really cool, especially for someone like me that takes a lot of videos on your phone, of different options such as performance, travel, vintage, family, street, superstar. You see just a lot of them to get the right shot while you're filming. This will make shooting your videos much easier and even just helping with the editing process. I also wanted to touch on that industry first 60 megapixel front-facing camera with optical image stabilization. That image stabilization allows for selfie video recording to be a lot more stable, especially when you're on the move. I'll cut in just an example shot or a couple. So not only will the image stabilization make it very steady and clear, but it also has an autofocus feature, so it will quickly focus on what you need it to while using that front-facing camera. On top of that, the optical image stabilization will also help when taking pictures with the front-facing camera, taking selfies, especially when you're in lower light conditions. It will help you keep it more steady. If you're moving a lot in a lower shot, no matter what camera you're using, essentially, it's gonna blur the image, but that optical image stabilization will definitely help keep things nice, still, steady, and you'll get a more clear shot in those lower light conditions. Inside the Infinix 020, you get the MediaTek Helio G99 processor, which not only gives you a great gaming experience, very powerful, but it's also very energy efficient to help can save battery life so you're not consuming it like crazy while you are playing those games. And if you're interested in the specifics of the Helio G99, it's a 6 nanometer processor. It has an octa-core CPU with 2 high-performance ARM Cortex A76 processors, clocking up to 2.2 gigahertz, and highly capable ARM Mali G57 class GPU, which helps with games and any sort of graphical performance. I know I showed off the charging in the Zero Ultra, but the 020's 45 watt brick isn't really anything to dismiss. You can go from 0 to 75% in just 30 minutes, and that is on top of this phone having a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. And overall, this phone feels very premium and sturdy. It has a metal frame, which allows for the parts on the inside to operate as the antenna. But overall, just a very sturdy and premium feel on the 020. So overall, that's it from me on the Zero Ultra and 020 from Infinix. Had a lot of fun testing these two out. Really unique unboxing experience with that NFT lottery ticket that you get with the Zero Ultra. Also, of course, having a 200 megapixel rear camera is crazy, and that 180 watt charging as well. And you also have that 020 with that 60 megapixel front-facing camera, great for taking selfies and vlogging when you are taking videos of yourself. You have that premium design triple camera, 90 hertz AMOLED display. So anyways, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about these two devices. Be sure to subscribe as well. A lot more content coming soon. As always, thanks for watching.